everyone, this is Venom with We Have Landed Entertainment, and we are back with another tips and tricks video for Starfield. Today we're going to be doing a different kind of tip and trick video. We are going to be doing one based on these skills. Now, today we're going to be going over the tech tree of skills. I'm going to be going over all the skills that are available, as well as the challenges, and the best ways that I found, if I have found any, on how to level them up the fastest. So, we're going to get right into this. Now, for ballistic weapon systems, and pretty much any weapon systems for your ships, the best thing to do is going to be using the simulator. It's in the UC, it's in the mass headquarters. Using this simulator is actually going to save you a lot of time and headache as far as any kind of space combat type perks, unless they patch this out. You essentially get to do unlimited dogfighting using the You essentially get unlimited ship combat using the simulator, so anything having to do with ship combat, this is your go-to place for it. Now for boost pack training, this is one where you have to boost 10 times while in combat. It's simple, just get into combat and keep on boosting. This also works with alien creatures as well, so this should be a pretty easy one to level up. Piloting again, this is one where you can use a simulator from the UC. This is exactly how I got mine boosted up. Security. There's no real way I've found around this one. You're just going to have to lockpick every lock you come across. And this is one you definitely want to do earlier in the game versus later. There's a lot of locks in the game. You really want to get these knocked out so you don't miss too many of the advanced or master level locks. Now, as a heads up, technically you only need rank 4 of security to unlock any lock in the game. Although the fourth level does give you an extra bonus that allows you to get rid of keys that aren't required to solve the puzzle. Next up, for targeting control system, again, this is one you want to go ahead and unlock first, put a point into it, so you can actually use a targeting control system. And again, you're going to want to use that simulator in the UC. I don't remember the exact amount of ships you'd have to destroy with this one, but I do think 30 was the last one for this one, so I think this one might have been 10 or 15. But you do need 30 to unlock the last one. I do remember doing that one. Next up, again, energy weapon systems. Knock this one out in the simulator using the energy weapons. Now, engine systems, this one is going to be another easy one, kind of like your boost pack. All you have to do is boost during space combat, and that's going to increase the challenge for this one. So this is another one that can go pretty quickly. Now, to make it easier, I would get into combat with just a single ship, or again, use a simulator on the very first ship. Just go ahead and boost using that one, and you're good to go. Payload is another easy one. All you have to do is fill up your cargo hold to at least 75%, and then make a bunch of grab jumps. This is one that you're probably going to want to do kind of passively. You may not want to sit there and farm this one, or you may want to if you just really want that extra cargo capacity space. And I want to tell you that extra capacity space does help. Shield systems. Once again, this is one you can knock out in the simulator. All you have to do is continuously take shield damage. Now, this one may be easier for you to do once you get yourself a really high level shield and just do it out in the actual open world, but it is safer and cheaper to do it in the simulator, so make your decision how you want to handle it. Next up, missile weapon systems. Handle this one just like any other weapon system. Go ahead and knock this out in a simulation. The simulation does have missiles, although if you want to speed this up, you may be better off making your own cheaper ship or adding a few additional missile launchers to the starting ship you get. Same for particle beam weapon systems. Now this one, unfortunately, you cannot do in the simulator. You're actually going to have to get your own ship and put on particle beam weapons. The simulator only has energy beams, it's got ballistic weapons, and it's got missiles. It does not have particle beam weapons, and it does not have EM weapons either. So those are going to be on your own to actually put on your ship and go do that out yourself in the wild. Robotics, this is a fairly easy one, and is one you're more likely going to want to do passively. Doing extra damage to robots is not really that big of a deal, but if you really want to get it, look for any kind of robotic factory or any kind of outpost that has mainly robots on it. From there, go ahead and destroy the robots, and you're good to go. Starship Design is actually fairly easy to level up. It does not matter what module you add to your ship, as long as you're adding an actual module to it, it will count towards this. So you can add whatever random BS you want to your ship, save it, and then obviously you have to spend the credits for it, but then you can go ahead and take them right back off afterwards. If anything, this is only limited by how many credits you have. But past that, if you got the credits for it, Starship Design is fairly easy to level up. Starship Engineering. This one, you're going to need a lot of repair kits for this one. This is another one where you are going to have to go into the wild and just have a lot of repair kits on you. Wait for your hull to get damaged. It does not actually have to get down to 50%. Once your hull starts taking damage, you can actually just press the repair key, and it will start using those repair kits in your cargo hold. Now, you're going to need a lot of repair kits for this one, so go ahead and stock up. And then this was another one you're going to have to do in the wild. You cannot do this one in the simulator. Alright, next up we have automated weapon systems. This is one you're not going to be able to do in the simulator again. You're going to have to actually go out and put turrets on your ship. Now, that being said, all you really got to do is put a lot of turrets onto your ship, and then go and get in combat and let your turrets do the work. Now, as far as I know, it doesn't matter what kind of turrets you put on there. However, I would recommend putting on particle cannon turrets, particle beam turrets. They do the same amount of damage to shields as well as a whole. They are good all-arounder to use. I would go ahead and knock those out. They would do good damage. Just go ahead and get in a lot of fights on the wild, maybe in enemy territory, and this one will boost up pretty quickly. Boost assault training. When you take your first point in boost assault training, boosting near enemies then will catch them on fire, or at least have a chance to it, and it will damage them. There's no other way to train this. You're just going to have to boost next to a bunch of enemies. Now, I know it works near human enemies. It may work on wildlife. You may want to go ahead and check that out. From what I've seen in the game, anything that works on human enemies as far as leveling up also tends to work on wildlife. I leveled up a lot of my stealth doing wildlife hunting too, so keep that one in mind. So boost assault training, just spawn you a group of enemies and start boosting on top of them. And finally, the last thing in the tech tree is the EM weapon systems. Again, this is another ship combat skill that you cannot do in the simulator. You're going to have to actually put on EM weapons and go out in the wild and take on ships with this one. Now, EM weapons don't do a ton of damage, but they do damage enemy systems, so this one may take a little bit longer to do. Really, this is one you really don't even have to level up that much. I've yet to see a ship I couldn't take out. I've got 3 weapons on my ship. It usually takes no more than 3 blasts to take out a good set of engines. So either way, if you want to train this one up, you're going to have to do it out in the wild. This is another one you cannot use a simulator for. Alright, that's going to do it for today, guys. Again, those were all the tech skills in the game and how to level them up. If you have any tips for me or for the community, please let me know down in the comments. If these were helpful, let me know as well. Or if you have a better way to level any of these up, please let me know as well so I can make update videos or spread the love as well. If you like what we're doing here, please subscribe to the channel. Make sure you leave a like on the video if you learned anything, and we will see you later.